Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is season 1, episode 2 of my new favorite show, Empire. Ah, boy, let's get into this. We start right off, my girl Cookie, who is my favorite character. I made that very plain. She is my favorite character. Cookie comes to Lucius's house, which actually used to be her house, but you can see as they're pulling up, she's in a cab. As she's pulling up, the house is completely different. It's not, anything that even resembles what it actually used to be. And they actually showed like clips of the house back in the last episode. It was like a completely different place. And she was really taken back, but Cookie, she's not going to let nobody see her sweat. So she pulled herself together, got up out the cab. She's so goddamn ignorant. She's walking in and they actually seen her coming. So Anika, I don't call her a nigga. Anika had actually seen her coming. I was like, what is she doing here? Whatever. So Lucius goes out there. Well, she comes, she's like, you hear the cabbie asking her, ma'am, are you going to pay me? And she's like, pay that Pakistanian. And I'm like, damn, Cookie is so goddamn ignorant. She just says anything. She's like, comes in, they're like, she's looking at the little stuff, they got little paintings and this, that, and the other. He's showing off, oh, that's a so-and-so and so-and-so. She's like, oh, that motherfucker's ugly. It's horrible. And she's like moving around. He tells her, what agreement we made had nothing to do with my house. She's like, I don't want this raggedy ass house. She's like, I'm hungry. It's like she's ridiculous. She come down, look up, that damn Anika took all her damn clothes off and comes down with her flat ass. Oh, I didn't know we had company trying to work her. Girl, she gave her, I guess, paid her ass dust. It was just a waste. It was like so corny. I was like, really? Whatever. She basically came there to talk to him about how he's been shutting Jamal out. Heard that Hakeem was going to be opening up at this new club called Leviticus, and she wanted to know why Hakeem and Jamal could be on the booking together. He's giving her very much of get on out of here, and that's that. Next thing, we actually see Hakeem being over the top, trying to holler at this girl Tiana, which is another one of their artists. Cute girl. She didn't give him any time. She was like, whatever. And she ended up telling him, get your phony ass, your rich phony ass out of my face. You know what I mean? So she played him, and I guess he's not going to let it go, at any point. There's another artist that Lucius has, which name is Kid Fofo, who is actually big. He's like one of his bigger artists. This fool done got himself involved in a shooting, and there's 2 bodies that's involved. So he basically ends up pressuring him into a favor because he's going to basically speak out on in his behalf in the media, because there was really pressure on Lucius to actually let him go. And so he's scratching his back, and he wants him to scratch it. So he tells him, I want you to basically not back up my son, but basically, that's basically what it was. He basically wanted him to be hype man to his son for this opening because he needed this big thing. So naturally, they agree. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. Then we got our other little dude. Now, we talked about Andre, the other son, and that something was going on with him, and we wanted to know what the hell kind of medication it was he's taking. This fool is bipolar. He is bipolar. And he's off. Like his wife was telling him, she said, you need to have your medicine calibrated because last night you were talking about yourself in third person in your sleep. Crazier than a motherfucker, okay? And he's like, I ain't going. After this Leviticus thing and all of this stuff goes over with Kid Fofo, I'll go ahead and take care of it. So that bitch, she basically showed us that she really knows how to get his attention and how to get what she wants. This bitch decided to give a little head in the kitchen, but the part that blew me back, she goes in the drawer. I said, oh, well, how often does she do this, honey? Went in the drawer and put a bib on so she could suck his dick. A bib, like a baby bib. So he's getting ready to feed you the meat. Is that it? Absolutely disgusting. I said, she's really too much with her hair. I guess she didn't want the shit all in her hair and whatever. She's a bit too much. And as she's getting ready to get the hobnob, and then she tells me, and also I need you to tell your mother this, and this about Hakeem and what he's going to do and all. Just a mess. She is one of the most manipulative people on the whole program. She's a hot mess, and I cannot wait until, because I'm sure her and Cookie are going to have a run in, and I just can't wait. Anyway, so boyfriend's bipolar, so we know that now. So we move on. God damn, that damn Cookie just shows up at Jamal's house. She done went and got herself a key made. Maybe she done let herself up in Jamal's house. Jamal and the little boyfriend are in the bed. Okay? In the bed. Messing around. She just come up in there and just stand on up. And it's like, get your ass on up. We got work to do. He's like, how the hell you get in my house? She's like, I got me a key made. Then they turn around. There's this chick that comes in. Child, she looks just like Fantasia before American Idol. So, it's the Fantasia without the money, child. And she is just as ghetto. And she's like, so-and-so called you on the phone. And this bitch, I don't know where she got this bitch from. It was a McDonald's somewhere near you, honey. She got her, she said, that's my assistant, Portia. And they stay in the bed. She looking at him and shit. And Cookie told her, you were supposed to stay in the car. So she told her to get on out. So she was going back and forth, telling Jamal how she had these plans to make sure that he got on the showcase as well. And that basically he needs to outshine Jamal and, outshine Hakeem and all that. So, he's like, I don't really care to outshine Hakeem. I'm not, I don't really care to do that. And this, that thing, and the other. Child, and the boyfriend says something, and he was disagreeing with Cookie. She said, shut up, Dora. I said, Lord, because she called him Mexican last week. So now she done called the motherfucker Dora. I said, she's a mess. She just says any goddamn thing out of her mouth. I love it. Goddamn Cookie. And she's sitting there. She got all in the bed with them. She down on the other end. She is so unbothered by their little gay antics. She's down on the other end of the bed just talking shit. I said, Lord have mercy. I can't even imagine. If I'm in the bed with somebody, first of all, if my mother walked in the room, I would just die. And in the place, period, I would die. And then if she took her ass and laid her ass on the end of that bed, child, y'all could wrap me up in a box, honey, and just start throwing the dirt. A mess, that damn Cookie, honey. Anyway, moving on. So, Gabourey Sidibe, I can't even think of her name in the show. I'm so sorry, but I can't think of her name right now. But Gabourey, which is Lucius's assistant, she has figured out that he only has a specific amount of time to live and that he is been diagnosed with ALS. She found his medicine and that there's no cure. So she was kind of broke up about it. That kind of did show, that she's not just a regular assistant, that he does have some feelings for her. He apologized about not telling her and all of that. So next thing we have, there was another meeting. That damn Cookie busted on the meeting. She gets to arguing with Kid Fofo because he called her a crazy bitch. And she came in. When she came in, she was like, they were talking about the reasons that they wanted to drop him and that people thought he should be dropped. She gonna say, drop him because his goddamn lyrics are whack. And he's like, what you say, bitch? This, that, the other, called her a stupid bitch. And she said, who is this bitch or something? She said, I'm a bitch that would have never gave birth to your ugly ass. And they just started going back and forth. He literally jumped up like he gonna jump on her. Really, dude? Really? She was like, I fought bigger and badder motherfuckers when I was in jail. Bitch, what? She ain't back down to him either. And that's why he's a punk anyway. He's ridiculous. But she let his ass have it. Then Lucius takes her out. She's telling him about the whole thing with Jamal. I want him on that showcase, and you're not going to keep on doing this to him, this, that, thing, and the other. He told her, I'm not doing it. I don't care what you say, basically. And I'm going to walk off. She took her motherfucking shoe off and threw that shoe down the motherfucking hallway. Ghetto fabulous motherfucking Cookie. I said, she's a mess. And when he turned around and looked at her, she's like, yeah, come on, motherfucker. She could see the rise in him. And then he just kind of like backed down and she was like, ugh, motherfucker. So at this point, the little Fantasia lookalike sitting over on the side like, what the hell? So she gonna say, God damn it, Portia, get my goddamn shit. Just a mess. The two of them are ridiculous. They really fit each other. We goes on back. They find Bonky. And they called Malik Yoba. What the hell is his character name? Vernon. They called Vernon and told him that Bonky was dead. Went down, identified the body, and all that. We thought Bonky was actually Cookie's cousin. So, all of that went on. He contacted Cookie. Lucius did. Oh, he played it up. Oh, he acted the scene out like he knew nothing about it. When they had their actual gathering, basically as a family, she went to console Hakeem, and he snapped out because Hakeem was actually very close to Bonky, and they gave him that big thick chain that Bonky usually wears. But he snapped out and told her, "Don't touch me. Don't ever fucking touch me again." So she's just not getting through to him at all. It's just not them two. I don't know. But now that Andre, as we are going through, he hasn't been to the doctors. He hasn't fucked with this medicine. And you can literally see this boy starting to unravel. He's like literally starting to unravel. And because his daddy would say something to him, "You all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right." And because he went on and he leaked the information about the press conference, because see, the whole plan was that Cookie said, "Fine, if you don't want to get on stage with him, we'll set up a press conference and then you'll come on out." You know, and it's all shine what's going on anyway. So he leaked the press conference information to Lucius. Andre did. And him and his wife were the ones that actually put it all together. The wife, Rhonda, she went on to help Cookie to put it together. They are some snakes. Him and his wife, they really, really are. So that was that. In the midst of all of this, we show Hakeem out at a restaurant. This fool's in the restaurant clowning with the guys, and he's, leaving a message. And there's a little guy back there, a little friend of his, supposed friend, back there with the camera, clowning. There's always that one. He's back there with the camera. He's just filming everything, and he's just egging him on. So he says, "Tell us how you feel about Tiana. This, that, thing, the other." So he's going to say Tiana, he's throwing lines at the camera for her. Then he decides to pull his little dick out. So he took and pulled his little dick out, shook his little dick in the restaurant now. And it's a real nice restaurant. Y'all folks was getting up, leaving and carrying on. The people was ready. They wanted him. They asked him to leave. He ends up going on about white people versus black people. Then he starts on this thing about Barack Obama. I'm like, oh, God, this is not going to end well. He goes on, this fool says something about, to all the white people who voted for Barack Obama trying to be politically correct, the joke's on you because Barack Obama ain't nothing but a sellout. Stupid. And he goes through all this. Then the cops. It was just a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And it was a PR goddamn bomb. Just ridiculous. So, next we see Lucius totally on the phone begging Barack Obama's pardon. He's begging and he's pleading and he's apologizing and carrying on. And all in all, Barack Obama cussed him out and hung the fuck up in his ear. Click up. And that was that. So, I just said that, that's really interesting. So there was so much going on about that. And then the stuff with this, the little Fofo, the kid Fofo, Lucius decided to go on to accept the date onto this talk show to actually go ahead and uphold why he's keeping kid Fofo. They were prepping him for the show. And your girl Cookie done busted up in there again. Her and her goddamn Fantasia lookalike. She busts up in there and told him, "I liked you so much better when you were a thug." She said, "Because you sounding like you got a vagina. You sounding like you ain't in touch with nothing." The Lucius that I knew would have told, will go on there on the show and tell him, "You know what? These streets ain't for everybody. And that's why they made sidewalks." I said, "Okay, Cookie. Shit." So old girl, Anika, is like, well, that's why the Lucius that you do is not going on the show. She's really too smart, and I can't wait for Cookie to snatch her motherfucking wig. And she did. She told her, she said something about what she said was ridiculous. She said it ain't no more ridiculous than that angry lady hairdo you keep jamming on your head. I said, oh my God. So, just a mess. An absolute mess. They actually went into a whole thing where Lucius, he actually approached Jamal about the coming out situation. And Jamal's like, whatever, go away from me, leave me alone, you know what I mean? And he threatened him and told him if he actually came out, that he would stop his funding. He wouldn't stand by him anymore. So, naturally, we know he didn't show up, right? His rent's $12,000 a month. He didn't show up for the press conference. It was just a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. He just kind of cowered out of it. So, that fucked Cookie up, stopped her little angle right there. While Lucius was on the television show, Cookie fucking called in. They had Cookie call in, and she called in and said some things, and it didn't look good because, the woman on the show was really eating Lucius up and telling him, it seems like you're really wanting to really uphold these bad lyrics and all of this stuff. You know how they do. And he was kind of drowning in the interview. Cookie called in, and it kind of took and moved the interview a little bit, you know what I mean? And he got through it. Because he started straightening up what he was saying, and some of the old Lucius was starting to come out. But again, he stayed on that straight and narrow. I'm going to uphold the boy, blah, 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 blah. After that, we actually see them leaving the station, and they're in the elevator. They're coming back into Empire Enterprises. They're in the elevator. Cookie gets on. So we got Gabourey, we have Anika, we have Kid Fofo, they're standing across the back. We have Vernon, and then we also have Andre and Lucius. Did I say Lucius? Lucius was in there. So she gets in the elevator. As they're in the elevator, they're riding up. Does this motherfucking punk not feel himself, that damn Kid Fofo, and say, yeah, lady, I see you still talking shit on me, bitch. Now, who the fuck do you think you are that you could address this boy's mama and the ex-wife in this nature? And Cookie's like, you know what, bitch? She went to tell him something. She said it was just ridiculous. And then she says to Lucius, you gonna let him talk to me like that? Seriously. That motherfucker said, well, if he say something that I don't agree with, then I will chime in. Well, Anika busts out laughing. So, Cookie just went to attack Anika and wiped that damn smile right off her goddamn face. But I was done with Lucius and that motherfucking punk-ass Andre with his retarded ass. But anyway, so that was kind of that. She turned back around. They got everything together. They in the elevator. They're going to leave out the elevator. Cookie turned around. That bitch had to drop a tear, honey. And told him, I don't know what I ever did to you to make you treat me this way. And that bitch walked off that elevator. Baby, when I tell you the motherfucking atmosphere shifted, Cookie dropped that tear. Everybody got off the elevator. Kid Fofo's the last one coming. He turned around. He going to say, yeah, you got my back, dog. This, that, thing, and the other, blah, 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 blah. He turned around and told him, he said, as of this moment, your contract is canceled, effective immediately. And she's right. Your lyrics do suck. I said, now see, here we go. I knew he still loved Cookie. There's this little thing down there. He's still patting over. That bitch dropped that tear, baby, and it changed everything. Everything. So Fofo was pulled from the show as well. So Hakeem's getting ready to perform. He's all worked up because Hakeem, I don't know, he's just okay. He goes, they actually Hakeem asks Jamal, will he go on stage? He's like, I don't want to be on stage by myself. And Jamal's like, Dad don't have a fit. All in all, Hakeem gets what he wants. Hakeem and goddamn Jamal are perfect. They are like perfectly aligned with each other because Hakeem performs his best when he's with Jamal, but see, the only difference is Jamal can perform his ass off without Hakeem. That's the issue. And the daddy knows it. But anyway, they didn't know when the show got started. Hakeem was out there by himself, and then Jamal came in, and, Cookie was over there screaming like a ghetto cat and carrying on. So everything went how it was really supposed to go. It worked out. They both were there. They both got the coverage. People see them both the way that it really should be with all that shady shit going on. Then we see after the show, here comes that motherfucking Tiana. Now she want to be up on it. So I said, here we go with this whore. Cookie will get her. We're not going to worry about it. Cookie will get you, Tiana, bitch, because I think you're up to no good. So pretty much the last thing we actually see, Cookie come on out of the building, and she had gotten a text message earlier in the program, and you couldn't really see what it was or who it was from, really, and she looked a little worried. So she come, there's some gentlemen, and so like, get in the car, and all of this. Here, she gets in, there's this woman in there, and Agent Carter, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to need you to testify in court. You're going to have to testify. And she's like, man, she said, I can't do that. She said, if I testify, man, I'm dead. And she's like, man, you're going to get me killed. So there's some shit going on. So I think Cookie's ass got out when they said good behavior. Cookie motherfucking ratted. And that's how she done got out. She done told some shit. That's how her ass got out of jail early. So here we go. This is going to be the shit now. I said, come on now. This is getting, yeah. Lee Daniels, I love it. So we turn around. Lucius apologized to Cookie about the whole Fofo situation and told her that he actually dropped him. Anika came up, and she's too bold for me too. She's all, you know what? Let Lucius, see, I couldn't do it. Let Lucius handle Cookie. She always got a bit too much to say. That's why she's always getting cussed the fuck out. Cookie was sitting there, Anika come up and gonna say some old smart ass shit. And that's when Cookie turned around and said to Lucius, yeah, you dropped him and that's good. You need to drop this yellow bitch too. And I screamed. I love that goddamn Cookie. She just calls the shit out. So that's basically where we were and where we ended. It's cool. Excellent episode. Not boring at all. Everything is very engaging. I am loving Empire. I am really, really loving this. I hope this continues on just like this, okay? Because I am all here for this. I'm all in. But that's where we end it, and I'm cool with this. So thumbs up, guys, or thumbs down. You know how that works. I will be right back here next week for the next episode. I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.